the Egyptians are men and not God.
That's right, man. So you trusting in men and not the Most High. You trusting in somebody that could die just like you, man. You trusting in somebody that could be in your same situation tomorrow. They ain't the Most High, man. They ain't the Creator. They ain't no power out here, man.
Let me add this real quick. And just so you can put the correlation together, we're going to do it for you. Obama is the leader of Egypt in this scripture.
That's Pharaoh, man.
Right? So now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, he that helpeth shall fall. And
hey. And that's going back to you army people, man. The chariots and the horses of Egypt, man, are flesh, man. But it tell you in Ezekiel that the chariots of the Most High move through spirit, man. They move through the spirit that's controlling you, man. So what you think is going to happen? Let me get a second Ezra's. The armies of the world, durst fight against them. You know what I'm talking about? So what you think is going to happen when the armies of the world try to fight against the chariots of the Most High, man? They going to get destroyed, man. Because it's going to come a time during World War III, man, while that's going on, man. You know, in the scriptures, it's called the Battle of Armageddon, where the armies of the world is going to try to fight against the Lord and his angels, man. And they are not going to prevail, not for 1 second. Not one, I don't give a fuck how many Independence Day movies come out, how many Battle of Los Angeles movies come out, how many Battleship movies come out, how many War Against the World movies come out, man. Not one bullet, not one missile is gonna be successful against the angels, man. Right? Not one single one, man. Not one airplane is gonna be able to outfly one chariot, man. Not for 1 second.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days.
Chapter 3,
Talk about that.
That's in the same chapter. Okay.
No. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
And that man is Yahweh Shai, man. And he waxed strong with the angels, man. Yeah.
And he turned his countenance to look, and all the things trembled that were seen under him.
So everybody that, when Yahweh Shai comes back on the earth, man, when a person that you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ come back, you people are going to be trembling in fear, man.
Right.
Some of you people, your hearts is going to explode in your chest because you're going to be afraid.
Right.
And the main reason you're going to be afraid, man, not only because of the glory, not only because you're going to be seeing so-called UFOs, it's because you're going to see that Jesus Christ, the one you call Jesus Christ, is not no fucking white man.
That's right.
You're going to see he was a black man the whole time.
That's right. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned.
That's right, man. That's the lasers coming out, man. Wheresoever the Yahweh Shai voice went out of his mouth, man, any direction that it was coming in, man, all the people burned.
I heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire.
Right.
And after this I behold, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
That's right, man. So it's saying that the armies of the world are going to gather together from fighting with each other and try to fight against Yahweh Shai and the chariots.
That's right. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it.
Now, all right, so you telling me Yahweh Shai is going to fly upon the mountain, man? You telling me he's going to bring Mount Everest up out of his foundation and be floating upon it, man? Yeah, Mount Sinai, man. That mountain is talking about a so-called UFO, man. Chariots of the Most High, man. The fathership, man. That's what that mountain is talking about, man. Go ahead.
But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
That's because it wasn't a mountain. He was looking where did the mountain come from, but he couldn't find it because it wasn't a mountain, man.
right.
That's the best way he could describe that large-ass object, man.
That's right. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they that which were together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet does fight.
That's right, because the Most High is going to put that spirit on these armies to still try to fight against the Lord, man. How simple can you military people be to think that you're going to fight against the Lord and the angels, man? You can barely fight against these child heads.
That's right. It's a lot. And that also proves because the Lord put that same spirit on Pharaoh when he sent Moses to deliver his people. You know, he put that hard-headed spirit on Pharaoh to keep fighting with him, man. To have that rebellious spirit, like, no, I'm not gonna let your people go. But the Lord kept fucking his ass up. Well, that's the same spirit that he gonna have on the military that try to fight against the Lord. He gathering all the military, all in the Middle East, where this Third World War is gonna take place. And once they over there start to fight, the Lord's gonna make his return. And they gonna stop fighting, and they gonna try to fight the Lord. Because the Lord's gonna put the spirit in them to fight him. And guess what's gonna happen? All those people that think they're mighty because they got their military, they got their nuclear capabilities, they all gonna get ate up by the Most High and his angels. They're gonna get jacked up. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
That's right, that's that laser, man. Because what all the laser beam is, man, all the laser is concentrated energy, man. It's concentrated fire. That's all fire is. It's concentrated, it's energy, man.
Right.
An abundance of energy. So he ain't gonna come with no gun, man. He ain't gonna come with no fucking missile, man. He gonna come with that laser, man. That's gonna destroy all these all your tanks, all your fighter jets. Leviathan's gonna smash on all your submarines, man. Angels gonna be fucking all your people up on land, man. It ain't no escaping the destruction that's coming, man.
Right.
This place is gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. Thus saith the Bible, man.
That's right.
There ain't nothing you people can do about it.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight.
Yeah, they was prepared to fight, but not really, man. They wasn't prepared to go up against that, man.
And burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of a innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived. Oh, I'm slipping at the tongue. So, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke.
Hey, and that's exactly how America's going to be, man. So Yahweh Shah, the Lord is going to do to the armies of the world the same thing he's going to do to America, man.
That's right.
Even dust and ashes, man.
That's right.
Desolate, man.
That's right. When I saw this, I was afraid.
That's right, man. Hey, so that, Shalom, man, all praise to God about you. The RFID chip, man, that's coming out the 23rd, man. We're going to rejoice in that day, man.
That's right.
We're going to rejoice in that day. And that's the point.
We letting y'all know as the days get closer, every time we come out, we're going to let you know that chip is coming for you.
That's right.
You know, that our people is about to be destroyed. The main people that's going to have problems are these women. And these men with women-like tendencies.
That's right.
Which is most of the people that inhabit this country.
Yep.
Have women-like, most of our men have women-like tendencies.
Yep.
Because you've been raised with that mama boy spirit. I don't care if you so-called Negro, so-called Latino, or so-called Native American. You have that spirit on you. Because you don't know no better.
That's right.
It's Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice. How are you going to hear the voice? Because we're out here with actual voices speaking it to you. But we're not speaking from our own vain opinion and our own heart. We're speaking from the words of the Heavenly Father. It said, rise up, meaning wake up. Stop slumbering and sleeping and wake up and hear the words of the Heavenly Father.
Give ear unto my speech.
Listen.
Many days and years shall you be troubled.
Many days and years shall you be troubled. And these are the many days and years that we will be in trouble, as well as today. These are the many days and years that our people have been troubled.
Ye careless women.
Look, let me show you something. This is a woman being hung. This is a woman right here being hung. Right there. A woman. So they ain't gonna spare you in the future neither. They didn't spare you then, they're not gonna spare you now.
This is Isaiah 32 and 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women.
Be troubled, you careless women.
For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
For the vintage shall fail. And we've been telling you, the sequester is cutting all your vintage. What the vintage is the basic necessities that you get from this government, that you allowed them to give you, that you went down to Egypt for help. Because we gotta go to this white man for everything. Everything, what is that for one of our things?
Curses.
Yeah, get the tail, put that for me right there. So we,
Nah, you about to get it. Because when he touch on that, touch on the, and he shall be the lender, and you shall, that part. Because the main ones who's using that credit is who?
is he women? And then this white man is the one that's got control over lending and giving, and he knows who to give it to and who not to. We'll wait on that, but go to that.
Isaiah 32 and 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and bear sackcloth upon your loins.
Be troubled, you careless ones, right? Meaning worry about what's about to happen. You need to be worried about what's about to happen. Not partying and bullshit, shake your ass and dressing half naked out here. Because that's all you're doing. Trying to figure out how many men you can get something out of. Whether it's rob, whether it's money, or whatever else you want. You're just trying to get something out of somebody. What you need to be trying to do is hope the man that you're dealing with, that's your husband or whatever, is out here pushing his word and giving you a chance to make it out of the shit that's coming.
Deuteronomy 28 and 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
He shall lend to us. And when you lend something, what do you expect? You expect something to come back to you. You're supposed to get paid back for that. After you think there's no payback that he's gonna get from lending you all this free food and free money for not having your man in the house? That's part of the payment. Anyway, you can't have a man in the house. That's the condition for them lending you all of this stuff. You can't have a man in the house.
Not only that, you got to go after his money,
Right.
in order for us to get paid back.
That's right.
Money that he works for.
Yeah, you gotta go after his money. The state does it for you. They file it for you. And if you like I didn't have it where I didn't file it on my BM, right? To try to get some benefits for my kids. They took the birth certificate, and because we're both on it, and of course the woman's on it, so they got the information they need out of it. Your social and your name right there on there. This is, matter of fact, get back into it, bro. I'm just lucky. I said Yeah.
And he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
He shall lend to you and you can't lend back because you ain't got shit. And he not going to lend you enough to get enough for you to lend back. Well,
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
he shall be the top and you're going to be on the bottom. If you don't know that we're on the bottom, then where are you at? Because if we were anywhere but the bottom, you wouldn't be able to name the people of our nation that's on top. You wouldn't be able to name the Kobe Bryants and the LeBron Jameses and the Eddie Murphys or whoever the fuck got money out of our people nowadays. You know, you can actually name them literally, but with their people, like, as a matter of fact, Chris Rock said it. He said, you know what, I live in a prestigious neighborhood in New Jersey, right? You know, me and Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z stand there, right? He said, you know who lives next door to me? A white dentist. A fucking dentist, an unknown guy that just is a dentist lives next door to him. That's the difference. That's how you know when all the regular people with regular jobs is living amongst our superstars and the people that have made it in our society. Go ahead, bro. What was the other one I was talking about? Start it out.
This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, meaning that, continue to say the little more, Scott.
In that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees that don't have it balanced. First thing, we tip the scale because we're the Most High's chosen people. So we should be running the scale in the first place. We got the lowest people on the earth ruling over us. They don't know how to be godly people of just judgment. So how are they ruling shit? They're gonna rule it the way they know, in wickedness, because they're put here as the wicked. And if you don't know who that is, then what planet are you originally from?
Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
The right grievousness. Who are they writing grievousness for? The same people that most of the men are in jail or in prison for not paying child support. You go to jail. This is part of the grievousness that which they prescribe. Now the Most High told them to give us this, but they forwarded the affliction of that. They went on and did it when our iniquity was at an end. They kept going. And they took it from the cotton fields to the mentality. From the chains and cotton fields, they put it on our mentality. When we are enslave ourselves. We do it ourselves now. We gotta go to work to pay them, and then they take out taxes. They take money back out of what you earned. You earned that money. Why do we have to go back and pay?
And that's an unrighteous decree too, usually.
Yeah, that's you. They're lending usury upon us.
Now another unrighteous decree is having to wait 2 weeks for your check.
That's another one.
All right, this verse 2 it says, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
Take away the right from the poor of my people.
That widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless.
That widows may be their prey, meaning they're going to destroy the men and make the women widows. Because they destroyed the whole family structure. They did that. And that was in Willie Lynch, if you don't know.
And what will he do in the day of visitation? Salah. And that they may rob the father.
And that they may rob the fathers, because your father is supposed to instruct you on how to live and what to look out for, what to be able to do, and how to handle yourself when anything comes up upon you. But that's not what our people do. They destroyed us so much mentally that even if you do have a father that's alive, it's still like having a widow, because he don't want to be involved, which is in the curses, as well as he's not being a man showing his children how to do it anyway. You have more? All right. Yes, sir.
It's Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood.